Welcome BAFTA kids. I'm here at TT Games to find out what it takes to turn one of the world's favourite toys into a BAFTA award-winning video game. Come with me and we'll see what we can find. So can you tell me a little bit about what your role is here at TT Games?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So I look after everything that is LEGO, and my official job title is the head of LEGO integration. So it's my job to make sure whatever LEGO game we're making it as authentic and as cool and as fun as possible, making sure that we're using our LEGO in the coolest and most fun ways.
So I can see you've got a model on the screen there. What's the most challenging model you've built so far?
Well, me personally, we'd go back to something like 2013. So I worked on the original LEGO Marvel game, and this was one of the hardest things that I remember working on, because we had to do all the Iron Man tech. We had to make like the gantry when he lands on the platform and it takes his suit off. We had to make all that out of LEGO, and we had to animate it, and we had to make sure it works and stuff. So yeah, off the top of my head, probably that. There's too much stuff to remember, you know. I've been doing this for 13 years.
Games seem really confusing and like really challenging. Where on earth do you start when you're designing it?
Well, yeah, it's very confusing and very challenging, but normally we start off with kind of quite a basic idea, whether that's a mechanic or a lot of the time it's a certain IP. So a lot of, especially with the Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, we spend a lot of time watching the films to start off with, so we look through that, we look through the different story beats and things like that and go, well, what can we do with that? What would make an enjoyable level to play?
So do you have to design everything from scratch before you pop it into the game?
Certainly at some level we do, yes. So everything that goes in the game will either be a toy set that already exists from LEGO, where they've already done the design work for it, and we love to get that in as much as possible because people love playing with this stuff and we like them to play it in the game as well. But for the stuff that doesn't exist, or the stuff that we want to use in a different way, yes. So this team behind us, they would design all of that. And not only that, but they'd have to build it in real life. So this huge collection here, as you can see, it's the 1x1 bricks, and then because it's such a vast collection, you can see they've stuck little pieces on the front of the drawers to show you, well, that's what's going to be in there, right? Because it'd be really confusing. But yeah, we build all that stuff authentic in real life to make sure that it feels nice to play with, and it's the right size and it's the right colour, and you know, does it work? We can't make anything in the game that we couldn't make in real life. Because we love the fact whenever kids or anyone, our families are playing our games, when they pause it, whatever you see on screen, you should be able to rebuild that in real life, because that's part of the joy of LEGO.
Could you show me how to design a model? Because it looks very confusing.
This library on the left here, that has every LEGO piece that we know about. And whenever you click on any one of those pieces, it will bring it into this 3D scene over here. And that's how the team make things. If you look through this list, there are so many pieces. I think in the library now it's over 4,000 unique pieces in here, including all the heads and all the droid pieces. And as well as that, obviously LEGO only goes together in certain ways. So we've written a bunch of things in the software that means it can only click together in certain ways. So you can't do anything cheaty or naughty.
So at what point in the designing of the game do you pass it on to the next team, and which team is the next to get their hands on it?
So we'll kind of do the paper design work, and then that'll get passed on once it's been approved by, a lot of the time, the IP holders or our friends at LEGO as well, and that'll get passed on to the gameplay art team.
So can you tell me a little bit about what your role is here at TT Games?
Well, I'm a head of cinematics, and I work with all of the animators and the cinematic directors of production. So we do the bits in between the levels when the story needs to be explained that doesn't happen within the gameplay. We start right at the beginning with the design team, and they say, this is the game we want to build. And these are the levels we want to do, so the cutscene directors will then go off and say, okay, well, why don't we do these bits as cutscenes then? The team then get together and put it together, and they get all the talented people to make all the bits and pieces that we need, and the characters that aren't in the game we might need for the cutscenes, and we just carry on like that.
And voila, look, we've made I didn't really make this, but just to prove a point, when you click all those pieces together, you can make something as magnificent as this. Now, this is the First Order Mega Class, which is a ship from the newer Star Wars films. And this is one of the biggest we've got in the entire game. If we were to build this in real life, it would be bigger than the entire building, right? This is very, very big. This is something like, well, Again, I'm not sure of the exact number, but it's going to be over 18 million bricks. Yeah.
I've had an amazing time. I never realised just how much goes into making a video game. I've seen so many cool models, and they even have a Lego BAFTA mask. Maybe they'll let me keep it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.